Hey everybody, this is Leon, and today I'm going to talk about predefined views. Predefined views are part of the XR Fragments specification, and they are basically borrowed from SVG graphics, because those also have a predefined views feature. Many people don't know this, but in an SVG URL you can specify certain functions to basically set the canvas like this or position things a bit, and in a similar way you can do this in 3D using the XR Fragments specification. And to make a really long story short, it's basically presets of the current scene. So I have some presets here. I have an AR preset and a VR preset, and also I have a not to preset and 2 and more and a 1, 2, 3. If I click those, you can see now, if I click 2 and more or not 2, you can see things are hiding, showing, and these are basically presets or predefined views. So how does this work? Well, basically it's firing an alias of an XR fragment. So if I go to this 3D asset in Blender, I have it opened here, and I go to the root node, then here you can see some custom properties, and these are basically the predefined views. So for example, 2 and more executes this query. It executes show me only objects with custom property 2 or custom property bigger than 2. And if we just go to click on, for example, this 1 here, and we go to its custom properties, you can see here foo1. So this is basically a very simple query which was executed using this not to predefined view. So let that sink in. It's basically an alias for this query. This query, because of the security model, is only allowed to be executed in the asset itself. It should be embedded. So you cannot do stuff like this, hide the floor and share this URL to a friend. No, that's not possible. So queries can only be executed through these predefined views, and only these predefined views can be, and I'm now manually changing it, and you can see here 2 appears, like only these predefined views can be shared to friends. This is to ensure that, you know, the end user always gets the experience intended by the designer. So you can also look this up in the documentation. So if I go to XR Fragments here, you see that certain things mention predefined views, the href, for example, or the src. If I click this, then here you can see basically what I just explained, that through these predefined views you can execute all kinds of cool things, and you can also, what I just talked about the queries, if it's about queries, you can also see in the spec that queries are only executed when embedded in the asset scene. This is to prevent sharing of scene tempered URLs. So no go for just tampering with the scene using the URL. That is not allowed, only through predefined views. So predefined views are the way to share certain states of the scene, and you can also combine them. You have to be careful with this. You could end up with some pretty interesting states, but you can basically stack them. So if it's just for the purpose of stacking, it's totally fine. You can stack them. And AR. This is totally fine, but yeah, don't expect to do very complicated state manipulation with this, because you might run into some thinking problems. So use it with caution. All right, I hope this helps, and yeah, see you in the next video. Cheers.